What if I were to suggest that you play a key role in the awakening world? And that you are watching this because you have heard the call. We can start right now by opening our hearts and minds. Welcome to the awakening world.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Awakening World. I'm Love Coach Scott Katamas, and we have a really fun show tonight. It's one of those shows where I've just invited a lot of our most beloved friends and presenters. And I'm going to show some of them to you right now. Donnie and Heather are with us all the way from Maui. They are two of my dearest longtime friends, and they've, of course, been on this show periodically. And Fanny and Vigari are with us, and they're coming to us all the way from Vancouver Island, Canada. Coming from the great Midwest, Dr. Marty K. Casey is with us, and she's going to share all about her extraordinary recent Black Sunday program. And speaking of wonderful couples, we have John Raymer and his beloved wife, Summer Raymer, coming to us from the Pacific Northwest. Pacific Northwest is well represented because we also have the bride, Tatiana Speed, with us for the first time since getting married. And so can you imagine the wonderful music we're going to have tonight? I was joking with Omar Shah, who left a couple days ago to go to England. It takes 5 musical artists to take the place of Omar Shah. And we've got wonderful music with Donnie and Heather and Fanny and Vigari and Tatiana. And of course, we're going to have wonderful inspiration. Not in the Zoom room yet, but also joining us tonight is going to be Danny Sheehan. He's going to share with us a very important update on what's happening with UFO disclosure. But we're going to start our show tonight by having a chat with the bride, our beloved Tatiana. I'm sure many of you have seen on Facebook some of the amazing photos and videos about not just the wedding, but the wedding portal. So, Tatiana, tell us a little bit about your last month.
It's been epic. It's been profound. It's been the initiation of my life, honestly. I think I'm going to write a book about it. It's weddings. Also, we did 2 and a third with you, Scott, coming up soon. It's just been, yeah, a deep, deep journey into the heart of love. I feel the wedding portal really opens us into the heart of love, and Mark and I's mission is really to spread love and joy. So the wedding definitely opened this portal of love, but it's also been a deep healing of our family systems. We went in to the wedding like feeling the weaving of all these different energies coming together, feeling our different family systems coming together, our own communities coming together. We created the wedding really including our village, really including our community. We had 60 plus, basically everyone who attended the wedding helped create the wedding, which was really, really incredible to feel it making culture in that way. Like it really, we were trying to do a thank you speech at the wedding, and as we were going through the list, we were like, it's going to take us an hour to acknowledge everyone because literally everyone here either brought food or brought flowers or brought a piece of artistry or helped set up and put up chairs or like in some way supported the creation of it. And because of that element of village, I feel that really amplified the love as well. It wasn't just Mark and I; it was really a co-creation, and also we felt from the very beginning that we wanted to set the culture and invite our families into the culture that we've been creating, which our families have never been included in. Always, I've gone to visit them. I've kind of morphed into their culture and their way of being. And this was the first time in my life where, and for Mark too, honestly, where we kind of set the culture and invited them on our own terms in a way. And that was very scary. I was afraid of a lot of judgment or them having a terrible time or just like water under the bridge, things that I've faced with my family before. But they had like awakenings. It was the most incredible thing. Watching my brother's heart open, my sister's heart open, Mark's very conservative family members, like everyone had the most incredible heart opening time. By the time all of us left, it was just this like huge love bubble. And I feel like they saw us maybe for the first time. At least that's how it felt. I don't know. I'd have to ask them. But to me, it felt like I was finally authentically sharing my life with my beloved and including our whole lineage in that expression. And they received it. And that was a deep healing for me, a deep healing for Mark. And I feel like it blessed like our whole family system. And then we weren't done. We brought it up to my other family here in the country. We had another second wedding up here with my country family who couldn't make it to the one on the coast. And a similar phenomenon happened where, again, we applied this sort of village mindset and included everyone, and everyone brought food and everyone helped set up. And it seemed to just bring everyone closer and really facilitate this deep heart experience. So,
Mm. I'm gonna make a suggestion, uh,
mhm.
because we're all kind of living vicariously through your beautiful experience right now. And just today, we were teaching our relationship mastery course, and we were talking about just how often it's challenging with family.
Yeah.
That family that doesn't understand us. Probably almost everyone in this room has disconnected from at least one family member because of political differences or spiritual differences. And the experience you had of being seen as you truly are, witnessed as you and Mark truly are by family members, that's profoundly healing.
Yeah.
And I invite us all, as we're listening to whatever Tatiana chooses to play, whatever healing you might long for with a family member or your family of origin, um, let's tap into the beauty of what Tatiana has experienced and allow that healing to vicariously enter our field of energy. Does that make sense to you, Tatiana?
Totally. Yeah, I'll transmit it out my heart to yours. And I want to say one more thing about that
Yeah.
because my whole life I've tried to be what my family I felt wanted, and this was the first, like with this wedding, I stayed so sovereign in what I wanted to create and so true to myself. And honestly, I came up against a lot of opposition and different energies not being in agreement. And so the outcome is a miracle because I really felt like I was risking the complete opposite of that by really staying true to myself. Because weddings are so fascinating. They're these like cultural expressions, and each family has their own ideas of what it should be and how it should be done. And it was just like wading through collective conditioning and all these different lineage patterns and finding a course that felt truly authentic. Um, and so it was so ironic that for the first time, not kind of bending or what's the word I'm looking for, like shape shifting into what other people wanted. Um, the outcome was like so much love, and such a deep healing. But I think that's probably the lesson, that the more true we are to ourselves, the more people get to see us and get to actually know us and get to love us, and get to be included in our lives. But it really does take courage, especially when there's wounding in that. So, okay, I'm gonna sing this.
Thank you, Tatiana. That was a beautiful transmission. Thank you.
So this is really a song just to come into our deep inner stillness, to connect with our heart. Just breathing into our heart space. Asking, what is the truest, deepest expression of who we are? And being willing to share that from love, from our heart. Come and find the quiet center in the crowded life we lead. Find the room for hope to enter. Find the frame where we are free. Clear the chaos and the clutter. Clear our minds so we can see all the things that really matter. Be at peace and simply be. Come and find the quiet center in the crowded life we lead. Find the room for hope to enter. Find the frame where we are free. I'm gonna sing Kevalam. It means love is all there is. And as you sing these words, you can just shine this love into your family systems, into wherever you have felt maybe love hasn't been reciprocating. And you can just stand fearlessly as the sun of love, the source of love, and shine that love wherever it's needed in your family, in your life. Baba Nam Kevalam, love is all there is. 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 We are ready Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya. Our hearts are open, receiving. We surrender into the arms of love. Our hearts are open, receiving. We surrender into the arms of love. Baba Nam Kevalam, love is all there is. 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 Love is all there is.
Oh, oh, that's so beautiful. My God. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, Tatiana. Of course,
You all.
check out the chat box. There's so many wonderful messages coming in. Um, and I also want to acknowledge your beautiful mother who's in the chat Zoom room. She doesn't have her camera on, but
She's
uh,
here. She's listening. She's not far.
okay, good. Lorianne, you rock. Thank you for all you did to raise this amazing earth angel that brings us
She
so much
comes.
love and
Here she
joy.
comes.
Oh, good, 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 good. There she is.
She's not far.
Awesome. Thank you,
Best
Mom
mother
Lorianne.
ever.
Oh, that was beautiful. Tatiana, what a wonderful way to start our show. Thank you so much.
Thank
And
you.
Tatiana will be back, but I want to, while we are all still in the vibration of Tatiana, please get out your calendars right now, everybody, and mark down a week from tomorrow, Sunday, August 30th. We're going to have Tatiana's online wedding celebration. And it's going to be amazing. Look at all the wonderful people. Kristen Hoffman will be with us, Gary Malkin, Julie Kroll, Teresa Collins, Becky Suzik, and hopefully all of you as we celebrate Mark and Tatiana. And we're going to have some really fun surprises. It'll be in my personal Zoom room. I sent out an email today that has that link, and I'll send out a couple more emails between now and Sunday, letting everybody know about it. Of course, it's open to the public, so feel free to share with friends and beloveds. And we hope to see all of you a week from tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 noon Eastern. And Tatiana will be back with us in a little while. So, as she brought us into that beautiful space of love, love and peace seems to be a main theme for tonight. And I'm really grateful to bring up my friends John and Summer Raymer because they both play their role in creating peace in their own unique ways. For Summer Joy, it includes, not limited to, but includes dance. In times of chaos and crisis, we need to laugh more and we need to dance more. And Summer Joy, you bring that vibration, that wisdom into the field. And her beloved husband, John, he's always cooking up something new. This guy is always coming up with a new vision. It's always a variation of his compassion games. And, every great teacher taught one thing, compassion. And John and Summer create the compassion games, which are new ways for us to bring the practical application of compassion into our daily lives. So I'm really excited to have both of you with us. and to share what you've created. It's already started, and we all want to jump on board and participate. So take it away, John and Summer.
Mm, mm. Well, oh my gosh, Tatiana said it all. Love is all there is. I mean, that's it. The show's over. As far as I'm concerned, there's nothing else to say.
Yeah, she healed it all at her wedding.
Yeah, yeah.
All the separation stuff that gets
You know,
lost.
and Summer and I are love experts, by the way. We know it when we can see it.
I
Right?
wouldn't
'Cause
call
we
myself
live
an
it.
expert, but I'm very happy for you, Tatiana, and it
Yes.
really is an amazing thing to witness you going through what you're going through right
Yeah,
now in this
yeah,
transition.
yeah, it's really beautiful.
I'd love to interview both of you for our book on matrimony, if you're open.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Both such
Right?
avatars of this.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it's a time of anniversary, as also Heather and Donnie are celebrating their wedding anniversary. We just celebrated our 8-year wedding anniversary. I think the last time we were here with Tatiana before she got married. So there's a lot of like amazing love going on in this Zoom room. Yeah.
And we were in Minneapolis on 8/8
Yeah.
with Dr. Marty, this whole activation that happened. I mean, this year is not like every other year, guys.
Yeah.
And each of us have our own little piece of the puzzle. So I'm excited to tell you, I mentioned it to you earlier, Scott. We have a debut here. We've not shown this yet to the world. But, you know, not only am I so blessed to live with Summer and the community we serve, but things are happening. And I can't wait to share with you. It's a 3-minute video that kind of puts the context forward of what's emerging now. So on 8/8, we were in Minneapolis for that activation, that global peace activation, and the remarkable healing our city, healing our world that we learned about being in Minneapolis. You know, you can't really get to the real stuff unless you're willing to take it on. And it was like an awakening and a remembering about how raw and how challenged we are faced to get to know each other and love each other. And the experience we had in Minneapolis was amazing. And I'm thrilled that we're talking about that tonight as well.
And
But
I
we are
think
just
that's
a
a
few
little
days.
later in our
That is a
time.
little later. Yeah, but
Yeah,
we're just a few
so
days away from what's unfolding on 9/11. So I would love to share with you guys a short little video here that kind of puts on the table what I think we have before us and what's for discussion. So hold on. Let me make sure I can do this. I'm going to do it right. 11 days for us to prove that peace is possible. All right. Did you hear me? 11 days to prove that peace is possible. So check this out. Tell me what you think. Hold on. I'm going to share my screen here.
And this really got launched while we were being Minneapolis. So everything is entangled and not disconnected in any way from what we all are, I feel like, processing. Tez, Marty K. Casey, of this is all connected.
All right. Pay attention to this. It's short, but it gets right to it. Here we go.
For 11 days, we are launching a global co-opetition for peace. From September 11 to 21, 2026, we invite you to compete, to contribute, and cooperate for a collective win, aiming to make the International Day of Peace a moment of global nonviolence.
The International Day of Peace was established in 1981, but the 9/11 attacks shortly after its 2001 confirmation turned this promise into an unfinished journey. Today, we aim to bridge the gap from trauma to peace.
This journey represents a convergence of diverse movements, including the 11 Days of Global Unity and Compassion Games. In 2026, we unite peace builders, technologists, and global citizens to realize this vision.
Humanity has immense intelligence, but it is often fragmented. By connecting lived experience, diplomacy, and technology, we can turn our shared wisdom into coordinated action for peace.
Our goal is simple but profound. Protect life, open humanitarian space, and create room for dialogue. If we can pause violence for one day, we can learn how to sustain that peace.
This is a unique race where no one wins unless peace wins. Teams identify their strengths, connect with others across the field, and share their findings to adapt and succeed together.
The Peace Intelligence Room is our operating system. It allows us to see what is happening, connect with those who can help, and execute missions that drive real-world impact. We focus on 4 key conflict areas. By identifying who is affected and who can influence change, we empower those closest to the situation to guide our collective efforts toward peace.
Every sector holds part of the puzzle. From grassroots organizers to AI laboratories, we invite everyone to bring their unique contributions to the playing field.
Getting started is easy. Name your team, identify your capabilities, choose a mission, and join the collaboration. Every contribution, whether lasting 1 day or all 11, matters.
Whether you are opening a channel, mapping relationships, or countering misinformation, your mission contributes to a greater goal. AI is a tool here, but human connection remains at the center.
Let's enter the Peace Intelligence Room. Join us as we prove that peace is possible. Find your team, choose your mission, and let us win the collective victory of a more peaceful world.
All right. So let me tell you what we're saying here. That we're at a moment unlike anything I've ever seen. And the potential that we have. It's been 25 years. Let's be clear, guys. I want to make sure you followed that little story there. Jeremy Gilley took 2 years to get the UN to agree in September of 2001 to fix the date of the International Day of Peace to be September 21st. And that resolution unanimously passed was September 7th. The International Day of Peace in 2001 was 9/11. 9/11 was the International Day of Peace. Now, 25 years have come, and Jeremy's vision was have the International Day of Peace be a global ceasefire and a day of nonviolence. It's never happened. Well, this is just me being humble with you. This year's games have opened my eyes. I've seen not only are so many of us doing good in the world, but you know what? That compassion is invisible. And I learned not only isn't it visible, it isn't connected. And not only is it not visible and connected, it's not consequential. And it isn't generative. And I started to see that we could do that. And then I realized, you know what would be really generative if we honored Jeremy's vision. And it goes back to Avon Madison's vision of We the People. That actually we demonstrate this year, and that's why it's a call for everyone for a global co-opetition and mass collaboration to prove that peace is possible. And we now have AI for peace. Now, this AI subject is very disturbing for all of us. Anybody who tells you they understand what it means doesn't understand it, because the people that are running it are telling you themselves that they don't understand it. But we have the potential to demonstrate that we can put intelligence in service to life. And it's going to be people who determine that we can make peace. AI isn't going to make peace. AI doesn't care. We do. So we are doing a co-opetition amongst those frontier labs, all the big 6 companies, OpenAI and Anthropic and Meta and Microsoft and Google, xAI, to actually show that, okay, guys, if we have that capability, let's put it to do good in the world and actually demonstrate our capacity to make peace possible. We've got 11 days to prove it. We've got this Peace Intelligence Room. All of this is coming together. Rick Lukens, who did Live Aid, is doing Peace Aid with David Gershon. Everybody I've talked to has said yes. Everybody. So it's each of us our own teams. It's a team of teams that are going to convene for this 11 days to prove to ourselves and to the world that actually peace is possible. So what better place to debut that video than here in the Global Peace Tribe, Summer?
I love it. I've got 2 thoughts, a thought and a question for you. Avon Madison was on this show just
Yes.
3 weeks before she passed away. And I'm not going to play it now, but I've put into the chat box the 12-minute of that
It was
segment.
amazing.
And it
Yes.
was amazing, her message before it was her last public appearance before passing away. So, and she was the person who created Pathways to Peace and really got the whole resolution to the United Nations going. And then Jeremy Gilley, of course, carried on. So the two of them were kind of like
You know, her thing, here's what she said. She was with Robert Mueller, 1981. She said, the institution of the UN cannot make peace alone. It needs the people. So she created a campaign called We the Peoples. And that's what we've embraced this year, that we the people choose peace. And we the people are saying, put AI in service to peace.
Mhm.
Those are the two declarations coming from the bottom up. But we've got Jonathan Granoff and all the most brilliant people coming from the top down, from the outside in and the inside out, guys. This is our moment.
So what's a specific example of what some of the people in this room watching can actually do? What's either an example of other people that are working or an example that you can give of what we could do during this time between now and September 21st?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's really real. So form a team. So it's a team of teams. And distinguish a capability, something you can bring. So we've identified the four biggest conflicts right now. We have this peace intelligence room. So we're talking about Iran and the US and Israel. We're talking about the Sudan. We're talking about the Ukraine and Russia. And we're talking about Israel and Palestine, including Gaza. Let's demonstrate that we can actually put to good use the intelligence needed to identify the people involved on the ground, okay? So we're blessed. We know these people, the humanitarian groups and the people that are being affected. Those peace builders and humanitarian orgs, along with the journalists, along with civil society, youth, artists and educators, indigenous and faith leaders. You know, Brother Phil, we're putting the call out. Technologists and these AI labs, along with governments and international institutions. Let's bring them all together to recognize the wisdom of just proving we can come to a pause for 24 hours. We were with some dear friends last night who reminded us in World War I, that story during Christmas. The warring tribes, the warring parties said, let's pause. We're at the brink. Let's show that we can do this. So there are practical expressions. I want each of you to consider being a team. I'm going to put in the chat where you can put your team mission. So it's 11 days to prove peace is possible. And your team mission declaration. What capability are you going to bring? And what will you do during those 11 days? We're going to have the Peace Intelligence Room open on Zoom and the Peace Intelligence Commons up in One World. And here is the link to the Peace Team Mission declaration that everyone can fill out. It's really simple. This is our capability. This is what we're going to contribute, whether you want to get involved with one of those conflicts or not. But I'm going to be humble and tell you guys this. When I asked AI to help me think through about making peace, I realized I was totally incompetent at being a peacemaker. And here I live my life like a peacemaker. All of a sudden, it asked me the right questions like, who on the ground is making this happen now? How come they're not visible in the world? What can we do to make the solutions that are actually happening visible? That's not what people pay attention to. Who's most affected? What keeps the conflict going? What openings exist now? What are the strategies and tactics for peace? What are the stories that prove peace is possible? What are the connections that we can make? It's not connected. We together can choose to take what's going on the ground in these four conflicts and start to bring it together. Show what those openings are, the strategies and tactics, the stories, the connections we could make. This is not what you're going to get from the media, guys. This doesn't
I have
sell.
so I have two questions for you, John, and Summer, because Summer may want to come in. A question for myself, then
Please.
a question from Dorina. So what I'm imagining when I think about creating peace, I don't offhand know how I can contribute to peace in Ukraine or Israel.
Right.
But would it count if I were to form a team where we're trying to create peace in our families and peace in our family relationships? Because like we spoke about earlier with Tatiana, most of us or many of us have conflict within our
Yes.
families.
Yes.
Would that count as
Of course, of
yeah,
course.
okay.
Okay, I want to hear from Summer too, but there's one thing we learned is we had our first founding circle, peace in all directions, not just bottom up and not just top down, but bringing the outside in, but all starting from the inside out. So that day of nonviolence is exactly what you're talking about, Scott. But you see, we can, through this peace intelligence room, actually have exposure to what's happening on the ground in these places. My daughter Allison is a tremendous peacemaker. She introduced me to the Middle East Peace Alliance. There's thousands of people that are working for peace that we don't know about. This is a chance for us to actually connect up and what we can bring to that conversation. So there's the Peace Mission Declaration in the chat. I just shared it with everybody. That's where they
Great.
can sign up and be a team and say, this is our capability. Here's what we're going to contribute during those 11 days.
I'm going to
And we're
screen share it for a moment because we have, as you know, through the Sign Network, a lot of people that are watching us who are not in the Zoom room. So I want to invite those of you that are watching on Facebook and YouTube, thank you to the Sign Network,
thank
take a
you.
screenshot. And by taking a screenshot, you'll be able to see the URL at top, which obviously is too long a URL for me.
I'll get you the short one. There's a short one we have for it.
Okay, but
Just Team Mission. Yeah.
okay, great. So I'll post that as or show that also, but people can just screenshot that, and that's
Yep.
one way to get it. And everybody, here's the team mission declaration, and let's start forming our teams. And I want to hear from Summer, because behind every brilliant John, there needs to be a Summer. Summer, what do you want to share about this beautiful new endeavor? I'll unmute you. There you
Okay. Sorry, we were both unmuting at the same time.
we were.
Yeah, I mean, for one, I just want to like set a little bit, like zoom out for a minute and recognize that this is part of the incredible multiple organization and launch of the 99 Days of Peace through Unity that started June 21st. And I just put in the chat, this incredible dashboard that is tracking teams that are participating in this endeavor during these 99 days. And what John is putting forth is, I think, really widening our opportunity of looking at how, what you were just saying about working your team, Scott, towards families. Like, I have a team in our local community that includes family members, multi-generations. And I think John is setting a context that allows us to collaborate in a larger scale, like context of what it is we're doing locally, wherever we are, to the largest picture of what I feel that if we zoom out, we all want to contribute to peace on earth. So this idea of collaborating and engaging some of these massive, stakeholders that could also be involved at this time is really exciting. And, so yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say. I don't want to add any confusion. I just want to say that teams can simply be like, you and your family members where you are in the world, and in a sense, challenging maybe other teams or other communities to do the same thing during these 99 days. And, there is this incredible dashboard that is tracking all these different bioregions around the world. And, there's a metrics of what peace in action is on that dashboard. That's really exciting. This isn't just a concept and idea, but this has been played out all over the world during this time. So you can really see what different reports are coming from teams at this time, wherever we are in the world. And there's something really powerful about, I think, taking the time to not just reflect, but also share it out to the world. I haven't done this yet, but just to think about the impact of what we all did when we were in Minneapolis together for just a few days to think about, and just like our hearts and how many people came together from around the world. And Black Sunday, we walked and faced, I would say, one of the worst horrors in our country of three magnificent humans, George Floyd. We walked where these people's lives were taken, and Alex Preddy and Renee Good. We walked to all three of those locations together as a global community, but with the local community, local hosts. And it's hard to describe it in words, but there's so much that I think is going on inside of me that is transforming at this time. But so anyways, I don't know if I hope just kind of, I think John is expanding opportunities of how we can be thinking about wherever we are and doing it together. That none of us need to be thinking about how we're contributing, whatever it is we're doing, be it getting married, like the contribution of that in the world, Tatiana getting married, and what happened there, and all of that complexity of family and the healing, right? That is, to me, if you look at it in the context of this, a report that needs to be reported on the Compassion Games is Tatiana's wedding. So
Yes.
and
Yeah.
just all of the ways that we are a part of the peace. And I think when I just am with Dr. Marty K. Casey, I feel more capable. I feel that I am more aware of believing that peace is possible. Because I'll be honest, it isn't always easy to know that peace is possible, because there's a lot going on that is not peace. And it's hard. It's hard. But we need each other. And so when I look through the world through my husband's eyes, and these inspirations to go, oh, we could do this, and AI can work with us, and it's like it's so exciting when I look through the world through Scott Thomas's eyes, or and I think that that's part of it. Is it isn't just that. I think I need community to keep believing that what I'm doing or what we are doing is making the change in the world that I hope to see. And so, yeah, anyways.
I dropped in the chat. Trauma is transferable. So is healing. That's Dr. Marty Casey.
Want to we need to move forward because we've got a timing. What I would suggest, first of all, Kurt Kruger has put several wonderful things into the chat box, which I actually would love to present later. So, Kurt, if you can stay on during our second Global Peace Tribe announcements, I'll bring you up for a few minutes because I think what you're doing is really beautiful and important. And to transition to Minneapolis, I believe that John and Summer, you've got a video to show, which will be a good transition. Just for everybody context, a lot of our friends from Unity Earth and beyond gathered in Minneapolis, which of course, it's really become a hot spot for people that are believers of peace and the tragedy of authoritarianism run amok. I'll leave it at that. And so, John, do you want to introduce the video you're about to play?
Well, I want to make sure it looks good here too, because it's beautiful. And it was, so 8/8 was the global peace activation, the day we did this pilgrimage, but 8/9 was the anniversary of Black Sunday. And we had a special gathering there that was amazing. And I did, sometimes I just pull out my iPhone and it happens to be at the right time. So this was that. I want to make sure though everybody can see it though. So let me share my screen and see if this is working. Maybe if someone else has it too, Summer, if you have it, it might
Oh,
be
I don't even have it prepared.
okay.
But
All right, hold on. Let me show you what I got here.
Okay. Do a
I
test and I'll
haven't.
let you know if it's playing, Sean.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
want to make sure it looks good because it was amazing. It was Dr. Marty. She was at her best there. It was really extraordinary for all of us.
Well, Black Sunday really, yeah, that day and that event happened because of Marty,
Yeah.
Dr.
Can you
Marty.
see this?
Yes,
Yes,
we can see it.
the
And what you want to do, John, is so
Yeah.
what you're going to want to do is I'm going to lower the volume because it's a little loud.
Yeah,
And
it
if
was
you can
clearer
click,
though.
once you start playing it, click full screen if you can. If you can find the full
I don't see
screen.
the full screen. It's just in my iPhone's, videos because I had it there. But
All right, well, let's give it a go. It's only
all
two
right, here
minutes.
we go. It's beautiful.
It's time to bring in the world. Oh, oh, help us to bring in the world. Oh, oh, help us to bring in the world. Okay, you're gonna be my gospel choir. Are you ready? Yes, I guess. It's a little unusual. Oh, oh, bring in the world. Oh, oh, bring in the world. This is hard. Oh, oh, help us to bring in the world. Oh, oh, bring in the world. Oh, oh, bring in the world. Oh, oh, help us to bring in the world. Oh, oh, bring in the world. Oh, oh, bring in the world. Oh, oh, help us to bring in the world. Help us to bring in the world. Let me hear you. One more time. Help us to bring in the world. Help us.
Well,
That magic of God, help us. Then I'll follow you anywhere. John, with your brilliance of unifying. God, all of you. Sherman, help us. Hezekiah, help us to bring. Nina, help us. Nina, help us to bring all this together. Help us to bring.
that's a shame. You guys deserve seeing it better.
It's all good. We got the
Gary
energy
was
of it.
amazing. He was so transparent and so honest about how his prejudice has limited him from being in relationship with the people that he knows and loves. He was just so honest, guys. It was so beautiful, right? Dr. Marty, you saw that. Everyone felt that.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know what? I don't think that there could have been a better transition, John, than the video you just played, and simply because it bridges what you were just talking about. When you made mention of this compassion games and how it's broad, it's going out to even places we've never been, maybe places where we may not even know that we know someone there, but this is what I need everybody to hold on to. We're talking about humanity. We're simply talking about humanity. And when you're speaking about humanity, we are all each other's neighbors. We are all at home. On earth is our house. And we have to learn how to bring in the world and take better care of our neighbors and humanity. It starts with you as an individual, then it spreads out and connects to your family, and then your family connects to community, and then community sits in the world. Help us through this compassion games. Is peace possible? Absolutely it is. If we do the work, start with self, look in the mirror and say, am I healed? Am I ready to go outside and join these teams to make sure that peace is possible? When we're talking about peace as a whole and peace in the world, starts with your inner peace, starts with your own personal heart. The heart tells the mind what to do, and then the mind tells the body what to do. When we look at the different things that's been happening as to why we specifically, when we were in Scott and family, when we were in St. Louis, which is my hometown last year, for meeting in the middle, it was so powerful. And I turned to Ben, I said, Ben, this is too powerful for us to stop here. We got to go to the next city. I said, the next city has to be Minneapolis. Now, this is what I want you to keep in mind. I said this to Ben. This is such the greatness of the leader that he is. But I said this to Ben in August of 2025. This was 5 years after the unrest of Minneapolis from the events that happened with George Floyd. But this was before Renee Good and Alex Purdy. It was a calling that was pulling me there because I'm on a journey of healing. But when I arrived to the finish line and I crossed that finish line, on the other side of that finish line is peace. That's what we're racing towards, peace. But you have to be in the race on the journey of healing first. So is peace possible? Yes, John, it is. That's why we're all in this race running. But in order for us to win this race, gosh, do you have on your running shoes, your track shoes? Do you have on your track suit? Do you have all those things? Do you have the people in the stands cheering for you? No matter where you are in the race, you may be out front, you may be lagging and behind, but do you have your people cheering for you? Those teammates that John and Summer was talking about. Who's on your team? Who are those individuals you can make sure shows up and cheers you on through this race so that peace is possible? That's what we're going to win in the end. That's the good news. Once we finish this race, we all won. There's no losers. You
Right.
can't lose in this game.
Yes,
The
exactly.
only way we lose is if we don't play the game
Right.
together. It has to be equal treatment. That's what Black SON Day mean, Black Sunday. How did I come up with this name, Black Sunday? I came up with this name because I was inspired by Congressman John Lewis, the late and great Congressman John Lewis, who also was into playing games. His game was get into good trouble. Right? And so the bottom line is no matter where you are in the political realm, we're not here to talk about that. But what I want you to know is that this was a man that stayed in the race with Dr. King and others. And there was a Sunday, there was one Sunday before I was even born that they were running their race on Bloody Sunday. And on Bloody Sunday, when they crossed the finish line, they thought they had won, that on the other side we will see peace. They put peace on pause. The world put peace on pause. And when an event happened in my own hometown when Michael Brown life was taken in the streets, 1 year later, Congressman John Lewis came to the city, and I took him to the very spot that the event happened. Those awful events took place. I took him there. And when he got back in my car and his handler was in my back seat, I'm driving, he's in the driver and on the passenger side. He put his hand on my arm and he says, "I'm sorry." And I said, "Oh, no, you didn't do anything wrong." I thought he was apologizing for how long he had been standing in the street. And I was like, "No, you're fine." He says, "No, I'm sorry because I thought on Bloody Sunday when we crossed that bridge in Selma that we fixed this. Obviously, we didn't." He says, "I need you to take this baton and I want you to finish running this race, cross the finish line so we can get this job done." I had no clue, honestly, what he meant by that. And I was so open and honest, and I shared with those on Black Sunday last week in Minneapolis after we had, as a unity community, if you will, we had had an opportunity to really walk through history together and understanding what just happened to George Floyd and Alex Purdy and Renee Good in this very place called Minneapolis. And they got a conviction, they stopped ICE, and we're like, wow, you guys are like some peace advocate superheroes. How did you do this? And they shared their personal stories with us, how things happened. But it was only to that next day at Black Sunday that I realized that my leg of the race, I've run as fast as I can, and it's time for me to pass the baton. So who did I pass it to? John Lewis passed it to me. Well, I couldn't wait to pass it to somebody else. Who did I pass it to? I passed it to the children in the room. Children are our future. I believe that wholeheartedly. And passing the baton to the children in Minneapolis, I believe, was the best individuals to run this next leg of the race. Why? They're born and being raised in a city where they've seen darkness at its worst. They've seen the fighting. They've seen the racial divide. They see all of these things unfold. I wore my sparkly jacket tonight because I want you to know, even with this jacket, the base of it is black. But can you still see my shine? I don't care how dark it gets. If you have a light that's shining from the inside, nothing can stop you from sparkling. Turn your light on. Take in all of the knowledge and understanding, because that's how we learn. History will always repeat itself if we don't learn from it. Don't be afraid of what happened. Be afraid of what you don't do so it won't happen again. Take it all in, but sparkle and shine as you run this race. I promise you, there's no losers. We can win. Yes, peace is possible, but it starts with healing first. That's the journey we must continue to run, so that when we reach the other side of that finish line, we will experience peace. I'm so grateful and thankful to Ben and his leadership of saying yes to making it happen for us to go to. Yes, that's my brother from another mother.
I thought you would like to see that.
Yes.
And
Oh my God, Scott,
let
let
me
me
show a
tell you,
few.
this
These are a
man
few.
lights up my life. And that's my sister. That's Tessie Tess, who will be on later. But I have to say this about Ben, Scott. Ben lives in Australia. I live in St. Louis, Missouri. The bottom line is, before, I haven't been to Australia yet, but I got family there. I have family there because of Ben. So you don't have to know anybody in Ukraine or know someone in Russia or know someone in Gaza in order for you to care about humanity. The race, let me tell you about race. Do y'all understand that this is our package? Your heart is your product. Your heart is your product. I care about your product being protected. I care about your product being good. I don't care about your packaging. You know how many things I've gotten on sale because the package was beat up, but the inside was still good? Quit sweating the small stuff. Put your focus back on the shine. That's from the inside. I'm grateful to each of you. If it was not for Ben Bowler, I wouldn't know any of you possibly. And you may not know me. And even if you forget my name and you forget the things that I've said, I hope the one thing you never forget is that I do this work because I love humanity. Thank you for having me tonight.
Hey, Marty, thank you so much. We're actually going to have Marty and Tess come back in a few minutes. But for right now, I just want people to know you can learn all about the amazing work that Marty is doing by going to her website, which is the Ungun Institute, unguninstitute.com. Of course, we've had Marty on the show many, many times. She's one of our favorite presenters, one of the most passionate people I know. And her beautiful quote that she reminds us of, that hurt people hurt people. People who value self, value others, find the peace within. And Marty, if you don't mind waiting, I'm going to bring you and Tess back in a little bit. We're going to go back to our beloved Tatiana, and then we've got a real special surprise. Danny Sheehan and Lori Grace are with us to share a really important announcement and give us some important input. But I'm going to go back to our beautiful bride, if I can find Tatiana.
I'm here.
Let's see if I can find you, and then I'm going to bring you up. There you are. Okay. So we are going to play a beautiful video. And Tatiana, do you want to introduce it to us for us, please?
Sure. Before I do, I just want to put something out into the field. Mark and I are planning our honeymoon, and we have two visions floating. One, and we're kind of going to follow where the doors open. One is a Hawaii version, and the other is actually to road trip across the states, and so and meet as many of you as we can. So I'm just putting it out because we're gonna really respond to how the field, who calls, where we're summoned, you know?
Well, I have to comment on that. Now, of course,
Okay.
selfishly, I hope you come to California so that I can finally meet
Yeah.
you in person. But if you go to Hawaii, you need to go, and I sent you the website to Haleakua Garden Farm, which is Lori's amazing retreat site in Maui. So that's,
Is that
if you go
Lori
to
beside
Hawaii,
you right
this
now?
is Lori beside me. This is,
Okay. Hi, Lori.
Hi.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. Yeah. Yeah.
so either way is a win-win for your honeymoon, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, which island you go to matters too, okay?
Okay.
So the islands of Hawaii are challenged to sail the sea in the Compassion Games. You got to be careful with those folks from Hawaii. They're incredible. They got that aloha thing, the shaka thing, mahalo. They're super compassionate. I'd go to Hawaii, but I'd go to the Big Island. We got lots of places there.
Okay. Okay.
Lots of options.
Okay. I
of
may connect with you guys, those of you who spoke after the show, because yeah, I felt this nudge to
Yeah,
put that into the field. Okay, so the next song, by the way, my hair got wet and I had to have an outfit change because there is an enormous storm, and I just ran from one house to the other and got like as if I entered a shower, drenched here on yeah, it's a pretty spectacular storm. Anyways, so the song you're about to hear is a song I got to collaborate with Tibetan Buddhist monk Yang. He's extraordinary. He became a monk at, I believe it's 10 in Tibet, and then at 18 he had to walk out of Tibet on foot through the mountains. His story is incredible. We connected. I had put out an advertisement for my Indiegogo campaign for my album, which he saw in India. I have no idea how that reached. I mean, I put the parameters I put was for Canada and the States, and somehow he saw it in India. Anyways, he flew to us on the West Coast, and he's just one of the most extraordinary human beings. And we got to collaborate on this song, which really is a transmission of peace, of the breath of life. He's a legend. He's just, very, very dear to my heart now. We actually did a wedding blessing with him and 12 Buddhist Tibetan monks. And so it's a real joy to share this video
Okay.
with all of you.
Here we go.
Everything is breathing in. Everything is breathing out. The whole universe is breathing with me. Everything is opening. Everything is closing in this universe. I feel the breath of the universe rushing through my body. The breath of the universe, the breath of life. I am breathing. I am feeling. I am alive. I am a mystery. Everything is breathing in. Everything is breathing out. The whole universe is breathing with me. The earth breathes. The stars breathe. The whole universe breathes. Pulse of the universe is rushing through me. Breathing in, I am the universe awakening. Breathing out, I am the universe remembering. I am life, connected to all living things. The earth breathes in the ocean tides that rise and fall. The stars breathe, expanding and collapsing in cycles of creation and destruction. Cherub Chama, Great Primordial Mother, Mother of all Buddhas, embodiment of the loving nature of this universe. Breathing in, I receive your love. Breathing out, I let go and release all things unto you. Great Mother, Life Giver, breathe me open to greater life.
May peace prevail on earth.
Thank you, and a shout out to Hubcast for making this live stream possible. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
That's the start of our next video in a little while. Oh my God, that was so gorgeous. I absolutely love that video. Just so beautiful. And a reminder one more time, everybody, if you haven't already, please put onto your calendars. Join us a week from tomorrow as we have the online wedding celebration for Tatiana and Mark with amazing people. Gary Malkin, who you heard a little bit earlier, will be with us. Becky Suzek, Kristen Hoffman, Julie and Teresa, and a whole lot more. It's going to be a very, very beautiful experience a week from tomorrow. And Tatiana, both your opening song and this video so set the tone for us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. It's such a joy always to be here. I feel like I'm with my family. I love you all so much. Thank you for having me, Scott.
Definitely with your Global Peace Tribe family. You know, it's been amazing watching your evolution from when you first started with us a few years ago, and it's beautiful to watch you, Tatiana. You know, tonight's show is all about peace, and there's so many different forms of creating peace and love in the world. We've seen music, we've seen Dr. Marty Kay, we've seen John and Summer and their ways of doing it. And we're about to meet two other people, Lori Grace and Danny Sheehan, who are also creating peace in the world in their own unique ways through activism. Of course, Danny has been on the show many times before. Welcome, Danny, back to the Global Peace Tribe and the Awakening World.
Thank you, Scott. Terrific. Hi, how are you?
Good to see you. Well, of course, we're here to let everybody know about the event, the fundraising event you're going to be doing with Lori. And we'll talk about that in a moment. But of course, Danny, we also would love to hear what's the latest update.
Updates,
Yeah, what's the latest update you can share with us?
Well, we're going to be updating everybody on the 30th in the evening at the Sunrise Center with Lori and the other folks there. I'm going to be giving a whole lot of the details of what's going on the verge of having the House members, all the elected representatives, all 435 of them that are coming back in. These are the people who are, most of whom are running for re-election, but many of whom are being challenged by many more progressive people around the country, as you know, to take their seats, you know, in on the November 3rd election that's coming up in just another 70 days or so. So I'm going to give everybody an update, but the bottom line information that I can share with you right now is that there is a major, of course, the whole thing is in the context of the activity that we've been engaged in now since like 2017 to try to get the people inside the Pentagon and inside the Central Intelligence Agency primarily to come forward and to share with Congress all of the information they know now about an actual extraterrestrial, non-human civilization that just abounds here in our Milky Way galaxy. I mean, we all here, the 55 of us, 6 of us, you know, often talk about this particular dimension of reality, but, you know, we're all working very hard to try to bring about a loving and peaceful planet here on Earth. And we hear about the coming and going of these UFOs, And we hear periodic stories of people who have actually had one of the UFOs land, like in the field behind their house in a rural area. And the people go aboard, our people go aboard and have telepathic communication with these beings. And the people that can get over the initial fear of being in direct physical contact with some highly intelligent and highly technologically developed, but very clearly non-human being. If you can get over that particular kind of cellular trauma that happens when you encounter one of the people, you begin to understand that they're telepathically communicating to you, that they've come here to try to share with us the insight that we have to stop fighting with each other. We have to stop dividing our planet into different nation states and competing for what we consider to be the rare resources of the planet, to let us know that there's an entire galaxy here to which we have access if we would only set aside our thermonuclear weapons. If we can set aside our thermonuclear weapons and not try to carry these out into outside of our solar system, they would welcome us. So this extraordinary event that's taking place right now, that's been going on for the last 10 years since 2017, is an effort on the part of the United States Congress to extract the information from the executive branch, primarily the military services and the Central Intelligence Agency, about the fact that they have actually in their possession up to 9 UFO craft, and that they have in their custody individuals who were occupants of those craft, and they've been in discussions with them and in dialogue with them, but they're keeping that secret from not only all the American people and the people of the world, but they're keeping it secret from Congress, that is actually in our democratic form of government responsible for making the policies pursuant to which we're going to establish our relationship with this extraterrestrial civilization. This is, I mean, it's an absolutely almost overwhelming reality that most people don't deal with in their everyday life because we're so busy, those of us here, busy trying to get everybody to love each other. Trying to share with them the kind of beauty of our planet, share with them the beauty of our hearts, and try to get them to all share in this. But there's this concentric circle all around us in our Milky Way galaxy of love and abundance of different resources, more different sources of energy, more sources of beauty in art, in music. That we have not yet gotten access to because there is this national security state apparatus that's been set up here in the United States at the end of World War II that is trying to transform all of the technology of these UFOs into a new generation of weapons. This is, I mean, I don't want people to be frightened by this, but we have to know what to do about it. And we have to, in addition to sharing our love and sharing our beauty with everyone else, there are steps that need to be taken to get people in Congress to exercise their constitutional responsibilities to deal with this. We're going to be talking about this on Sunday night, on the 30th now, up at Lori's, up at the Sunrise Center. And we are inviting all of you to come. There's 56 other people here tonight. I know that Scott is going to be there. Scott's going to be filming the event. We're going to be telecasting it live at the time, but we're inviting you to come. We can make room for everybody here. We'd like you to come, and we can actually share with you some of the details, not only of the push and pull of what's going on in Washington to get this to happen, but to turn our face upward and outward about what the potentials are here of our encounter with these extraterrestrial beings, what the stories are that I've had the privilege of talking to many people who have had face-to-face encounters with these extraterrestrial beings. and to share with you the content of the communications from these people. And that's part of what we're going to be doing on Sunday night. Lori has been extremely gracious in inviting us to come there to share this information. Lori has been a supporter of our Romero Institute, which is the home of the New Paradigm Institute that we're working with. Not only are we dedicated to trying to get the full disclosure of all of the information which our government already has about this extraterrestrial civilization, we're also working on what the kind of changes are that Congress needs to legislate in order to absorb all of the information that these extraterrestrial people have to share with us. How we can amend our geopolitical relationships with Russia and China, with the European Union, how we can really engage in a mutually beneficial relationship with the extraterrestrial civilization, and frankly, move our Homo sapien species more rapidly into the next phase of our actual biological evolution into Homo Illuminati. That's what we're going to be discussing on Sunday night. And Lori will tell you more details about the logistics and get you briefed in on how to participate in this coming up on the 30th after you all do the wedding in the morning.
Exactly. Sunday, August 30th is going to be quite a day. Tatiana's wedding in the morning and then Danny in the afternoon. In a moment, I'm going to go to the Sunrise Center and show you how to register. I'm also going to go to Danny's New Paradigm Institute. But Danny, there is a question. Ayada, who I know you know, asks, are you saying that the military actually has live or deceased extraterrestrials? And I just want to acknowledge, I'm sure Danny knows this, David Grush was on Dr. Phil last week and specifically said that he has seen cadavers. First time David Grush has gone that far. Danny, what can you add to that?
That they have live ETs. That's, I guess, the most important thing to actually convey to you. You know, it's not just dead bodies. You know, that whole national security state are just letting out little pieces one at a time. They denied forever that UFOs were even real. Now they're finally admitting that they are real vehicles. They spent a long time trying to pretend to us they didn't have any idea where they came from. Now they're starting to acknowledge that they know that they're extraterrestrial. They come from other star systems right in our Milky Way galaxy. Now we're starting to get some of them to acknowledge that there are cadavers, as they refer to them, you know, bodies that have been recovered in the craft. But the fact of the matter is they have taken into custody live, living extraterrestrial beings. They've interviewed them. Some of the beings have cooperated with them to share information about their civilization and about what the hopes and dreams are that they have to be able to share their civilization with us. The national security state people know about this, and they're concealing this from us. And so we all have to work together to get this information. We can share some of it with you on Sunday night if you come to the Sunrise Center. They say that Lori will explain to you exactly where it is if you don't know and how you get there. And we'll share with you some of the more extraordinary messages that they've gotten from these face-to-face communications with the extraterrestrial beings.
Beautiful. All right. So the way to do it is go to sunrisecenter.org, sunrisecenter.org. Now, of course, for those of you in the Bay Area, we hope you can join us live. But for the rest of you that are too far away from San Francisco, we are going to have a Zoom audience similar to the Zoom rooms that I've hosted in the past. So you go to sunrisecenter.org and then just click right here. Call for full disclosure with Danny Sheehan and Sarah Nelson. And Danny's wife, Sarah, of course, many of you have seen her before. She is wonderful. I always love what Sarah has to say because she carries the love part of it. She carries the heart part of it. So this is where you can find out about it. It's Sunday, August 30th at 2 p.m. So we'll have time to have lunch after Tatiana's wedding and then this wonderful event from 2 p.m. to 5:30. And of course, come in person if you can. The Sunrise Center is in Corte Madera, which is about 30 minutes north of San Francisco and about 30 minutes south of Santa Rosa. And it's right off Highway 101. It's real easy to get to. And just go to Sunrise Center, click that, and then if you go here, get tickets. I'm going to put this into the chat box. For our entire Zoom room audience and our Global Peace Tribe audience, I'll be sending an email out that gives you all the information on how you can register either to come in person to Sunrise Center or to catch it online. What would you like to add, Lori?
Just that I will be so happy to see all of you there, and those of you who are on Zoom, I'll be so happy to see that. I do want to say this started when Sarah called me and said, you know, we really need your help to raise some money to have an organizer come. We have 4,400 people who are wanting to help disclosure happen. We have to organize them into a specific way, and so that Washington will listen.
Yeah. So that's what this is a fundraiser for, is to really help Danny's work happen. And to learn more about Danny's work, I know most of you have already joined, but if you haven't yet, please go to the newparadigminstitute.org, newparadigminstitute.org. Join and become a member. Discover all the amazing work that Danny and his team are doing. This is it. I mean, I've been in this field for 40 years. 40 years ago, I was producing television for UPN on UFO stuff, and we're all saying, when is disclosure going to happen? It is happening now, right now. And so, but we need to call our different representatives. We need to only support representatives that are going to vote in favor of the amendments that Danny and his team are putting forward to Congress. And now is the time. So, Danny, you have been on the front lines. And anybody who doesn't know briefly, Danny supported Karen Silkwood before she was murdered. He supported and was the person who helped support getting the Pentagon Papers out there, exposing Iran-Contra, supported Standing Elk, Standing Rock. He's been our man, and here he is now at the forefront of disclosure. So
he'll be here with his son too.
That's right, Dan Jr.
Danny Paul will be here. Yeah.
So it's going to be an amazing event to be at.
Come and join the whole family, and come. You are the family. So let's have a family gathering. Let's have a family gathering up at Sunrise Center, and get briefed up on the messages from the stars.
Woo!
Right.
Yay! What a thrill,
Danny, thank you for taking time to be with us tonight. If you want to stick around, we've got some wonderful things. We're only halfway through our show. We're going to have a little musical interlude with Fanny and Vigari next. Then we're going to wrap up with Dr. Marty and Tess Cacciatore. And then we've got an amazing experience. Donnie and Heather, coming to us from Hawaii, are going to take us on an amazing experience tonight. So we've got a lot of Awakening World left. And I am now going to go, we're going to go to Vancouver, Washington, or Vancouver, Canada, I should say, where our beloveds Fanny and Vigari are with us. Welcome, you two star beings.
Yes, greetings from Vancouver Island.
Yes, from the Cowichan Valley, where it's warm and blissful in the forest. And we have a new song from Vigari, the Mystic Man, called Heart of the Heart. I hope you enjoy.
Yeah, let me just say that it's a real pleasure to be back on this show. It's always so uplifting and inspiring. And the song we're going to do is called, what's it called? It's called Heart of the Heart. And it's basically honoring the divine in each and every one of us.
Yes. Make sure you go to the beginning, right?
Yes.
Okay. Here we are.
It's in peace in me. You might say that it is the key. If it showed so you could see, would you let it set you free? When that seed becomes a tree, there will be shelter for you and me, wherever we be. Look ahead, look inside, open the throne will be your guide. Look around, look inside, every question could be your guide. Feel that silent part of you, shining the light that will lead you right to where you need to be. I'm reaching for the highest places, looking fine grace in the deepest feelings here. Carry me into the heart, where all is clear, into the heart of the heart. Let this be my prayer. Through the fire, lead me safely, and we'll go beyond desire. In the healing water, may our crimes and our disgrace be washed away. I'm reaching for the highest places, find grace in the deepest feelings here. Just carry me into the heart, where all is clear, into the heart of the heart. Let this be my prayer. I'm reaching for the highest places, highest places, the high. Let me carry me into the heart, where all is clear, into the heart of the heart of the heart. Let this be my prayer. For the highest place, just carry me into the heart, carry me into the heart, into the heart, where all is clear, into the heart of the heart of the heart. Let this be my prayer.
Oh, I'm going to go to gallery view. Let's send lots of love and twinkles as Fanny and Vigari brought us into our hearts. I think we've been in our hearts all night long. What a beautiful show we're having so far. And I want to remind everybody that you can find all things Fanny and Vigari at this beautiful website. It's starchild.ca, as in Canada, starchild.ca. And you can call them directly and reach out. And of course, get their beautiful music by going to Bandcamp. It's Awaken 1111. And Fanny and Vigari are going to close out our show tonight the way they just kind of drift us off to sleep. So thank you so much for being with us. Love you guys so much. They're also going to be on with us next Wednesday. We're going to get a double dose of Fanny and Vigari, which I'm really grateful for. And thank you everybody for moving to the beautiful music. It's wonderful watching all of you. We caught Summer Joy as she was just about to, was that a lot? What, a popsicle? What was that you were about to? Yeah, it's a popsicle. It was hilarious because
Like a bite? Would you like
I
a
would
bite?
love a bite of a popsicle right now. I could use
It's
the,
pomegranate. It's so good.
oh my God,
It brought me to the heart of it all, you know? It turned me into a heart, that song.
there it is. There it is.
Yeah.
Ben Bowler, if you're still in the Zoom room,
Yeah.
turn on your camera because we are about to go back to Minneapolis and for a little bit and wrap up with Dr. Marty, you dear friends, and with Tess Cacciatore. When I can find her there, she is waving at me. Thank you for that, Tess. So there he is. There's Ben Bowler. In the beginning, there was Ben Bowler, and it was good.
Hi, everybody. Great program. Loved what I've caught so far. Fantastic. Great to be here, Scott. Hi, Marty.
Hi, Ben. I don't know if you was here earlier, but I mentioned you.
Yeah, I'll go back to the photo that she had sent. Ben, what can you share? What is your takeaway from what happened in Minneapolis and on Black Sunday?
He's muted.
Well, I mean, Scott, I will say thank you. It was so profound. It's not easy just to spin it out into a line. But I think that even I was hearing from Danny earlier, and I've only caught the last 30 minutes or so, but we all want unity on the planet, whether that's between people, whether that's with all of life, whether that's with our broader cosmic and galactic family. And yet here on this planet, the road to unity goes through deep healing. And we ain't going to get there to that culture of peace and that planetary thriving system of love and respect without going through some of the pain and some of the valleys that have led us here. And I think the racial pain in the United States is emblematic of many parts of the world. And what happened on Black Sunday on the 9th of August, led by Marty, was a step towards healing. And it was connecting the local leaders with the national and global peace tribe. And it was profoundly magnificent, beautiful, touching, confronting, emotional, uplifting, challenging, all at the same time. And I think that's what it takes. You know, that's the medicine. And that's something that Marty brings, is an authenticity and a let's go forward together, but let's do it in a way that's real and honors how we got here, wherever here may be. So it was very powerful. It was very important. No peace without justice, but no unity without healing. And so it was a very important step on the road. Thanks for asking.
Absolutely. And here's just a few photos. I'm going to show a few photos. There, of course, is Marty and Ben together. And there is Tess, who we're going to hear from in just a minute. And Black Sunday, which you introduced and shared a little bit about, but we're going to learn more about it. And what's this photograph here? What are we looking at?
They actually, on the front of our shirts, it said being Minneapolis, and on the back of the shirts, it actually said Black Sunday. And so this is just showing us being unified the entire weekend And I think it made all the difference in the world. You know, I say often that if I said, let's go to war, unfortunately, we know what that means. We know what we're wearing. We know the songs we're singing. We know we're marching. We know what weapons we're putting in our hands. But if I say, let's go to peace, how do we know what to wear, where we're going, and how we come together? And I think we figured that out in Minneapolis. We started that, and as a matter of fact, we created Black Sunday peace packets, and that's one of our call to actions, that as you create anything that you believe is peace forward, we want you to send us those links, send us that information, so when something happens, we can send those packets out. And I want to just share this one quick thing before we move on with Tess. I just got a phone call yesterday. This is where we activate Peace Tribe. I just got a call on yesterday about what's happening in Indiana. With a show of hands, is anyone, if you can go back to gallery view, because I would like to see everybody real quick, Scott, if you don't mind. I would like to know, with a show of hands, who, if we can go back to gallery.
Actually, we're on gallery. You
I
you
just see
choose gallery
myself.
yourself. Yeah.
Okay, let me get there.
Upper right-hand corner.
Okay, I got it. All right. Show with a show of hands, who knows what's going on right now in Indiana?
Tess.
Three people.
Tess is the only one. Yeah, only 2 people.
Yeah. Okay. So right now in Indiana, Gary, Indiana, to be exact, and that's where Michael Jackson and his family was born, in Gary, Indiana. And so they've been without power for over a week, and lives are being lost right now. And so I was contacted and asked if I could come and respond to Gary, Indiana, the same way that I did here in my city in St. Louis a year and a half ago, when we had a severe tornado hit our city. And I've been boots on the ground and creating systems here in our city. And so they're wanting to bring me in. Well, I'm one person who, if I'm going to go in, I need to go in with a team of people. Who would that team be that I would pick? I'm going to pick my peace team, which is all of us. And so this is where we need your help. This is where we can activate. This is where we can make the difference. When we're talking about disarming trauma, that means there's something standing in the way of our peace. And so we have to disarm the trauma, heal, in order to get to peace. That's how this works. There's no other way around it. And I don't think anybody could have explained it any better than our brother Ben, our fierce peace leader. And so I'm like Gary Melkin. Ben, I will follow you wherever you go. And I hope that you all will now follow me to Gary, Indiana, and let's make the difference. Let's show up for our neighbors. Let's be about our shine in darkness and humanity.
Perhaps you can put into the chat box where people can help, like if there's donations, or do people need to contact their political representatives, so we can pop in what to do. And to introduce Tess, I'm just going to show a few of the photos of what took place, again, for those of you coming in. Of course, Minneapolis is where George Floyd was murdered. And then more recently, these 2 beautiful souls murdered by ICE, Alex Preddy and Renee Good. And it's so I guess you took people to the different memorials of these people. And it's just shocking that that people sanctioned by our government are murdering Americans. It's hard to believe that it's come to this. So thank you, everybody who went to Minneapolis. And I want to bring up Tess Cacciatore. And Tess, of course, is the co-founder of Yumi's Universe. We're going to take a look at the beautiful video, the most recent one of Yumi's Universe, Secret Garden of Love and Peace. But Tess, welcome back to the Awakening World. And what do you want to share tonight?
Oh my gosh, I don't even know where to begin. There's so much to unpack. Thank you for having me on the show. I want to do a shout out to Ben for putting together the Unity Weekend. I was there with you all in St. Louis, in Kansas City, and then in Minneapolis. I'm echoing the sentiments of Summer Joy and John and Marty and all the people that have talked about Minneapolis. It was heart-opening and heartbreaking at the same time to stand in these places where these people took their last breath. And I want to do also a shout out to Uncle Selwyn, George Floyd's uncle, who's on the call tonight as well. Dr. Marty brought him in, and it was very poignant to have him representing the family and representing what was happening inside of Minneapolis. And talking about coming together as communities were really important. And Marty, count me in. You know, I've been aware of Fort Wayne. I come from the Midwest originally. I'm aware of what's happening in Indiana. I'm also very much sadly aware of what's happening in Mississippi, where they are coming up day after day of young people that they say are hanging themselves, and they are not. So there's a lot of history repeating itself. Something that I think that we can all come together as community. One of the things that I took away from Minneapolis was something that was very dear to me. I'm a whistleblower, and I saw this sign on a telephone pole, and I was in the car with Jenna and Dr. Marty, and they pointed out the sign to me. It was just a white little poster board with the silhouette of a whistle. And I said, tell me about that. During the raids with ICE, with Alex Preddy and Renee Good, they were hanging these posters around in these neighborhoods to let you know that this was a neighborhood that stood together. And they blew whistles. And when they knew ICE was in the neighborhood, they would blow, 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 blow their whistles to warn people, don't come out of your house. I remember seeing that on the news, but to see it in person, it just was so poignant, because it's a sign to me, literally a sign, and a sign because I was working on a project and it inspired me to continue working on the Blow the Whistle project. But I think it's really a message to all of us to come together as community, to blow the whistle and stand up and be heard. We have to be seen, we have to be heard. The majority of us on this call and in this show right now are white, and we have a privilege that we can't take for granted. I've been on the front lines in Africa and a lot of different places. I've been in war zone areas. I've seen a lot of stuff in my humanitarian trials. But this is a very poignant crossroads time. So I just want to do a shout out to my sister Marty, because we're on the road together. We met at the Mississippi River in St. Louis, and a big shout out to Ben. I do have a video that we'll show, and I want to share a little bit of snippet when we go to that. But I just wanted to say we're all in this together.
Go ahead and do you have the video queued up that you want to show, Tess?
Well, I think you have it on your side.
I've got the Yumi video ready.
So right now what we're doing is we're very respectfully gathering all the footage that, because I'm a filmmaker, and I was there boots on the ground to film all of these things. So all of the footage is in our archive, and we haven't edited it yet because we really want to work with the community of Minneapolis, and we want to work with Dr. Marty so that we are sharing the story in a respectful way and being able to make it the most impactful. So I did send a few photographs that I think you've seen tonight, and that we're going to send news that there's going to be a documentary. There's so much to share, and we want to support the efforts of Boots on the Ground with Uncle Selwyn and all the people that are there with the Agape movement. Everything that, you know, I'm just here to work with Marty and do this documentary the best way possible. So stay tuned for news on that and clips and more.
Great. You know what I want to do is because we're running way late, when you've got some of those clips a little bit more together, I want you to come back and then we'll present it there. Also, let's follow up what's going on in Gary, Indiana. So it's not just a one-off, but maybe you guys can even come back in a week and we can follow up. And what I would like to do to conclude this part is Tess has been creating, along with our good friend Kristen Hoffman and an amazing animation team, something very, very beautiful. Some of you saw an earlier version, the 90-second version. This is a slightly longer version. Tell us a little bit, Tess, about Yumi's universe, and then I'll play the video.
echo Dr. Marty's sentiments earlier when she did the torch passing off in Minneapolis to the children. That is what Yumi's Universe is. Not only passing the torch, but having them light up their torch and to stand together in unity and to know that no matter where you come from, no matter what color skin you have and what you look like, and any disabilities or abilities or anything, we're all in this together. And these kids, we're teaching them at a very early age about kindness. And then when they get older, we're teaching them about peace. And to echo also the inside, the inner peace, the familial peace, the community peace, the global peace. So we're starting a curriculum in the school. So if you know anybody that has a school, we're starting off with kindergarten right now to about 2nd grade. And we're just really excited about starting the curriculum and the songs written by myself and Kristen Hoffman. She sings it so beautifully, and the newly animated video aired last week on 8/8 on the Lions Gate on the Global Peace Activation. So enjoy the video. And
Now, I'm only going to have the last 20 seconds, but tell our audience who the two Asian women are that we're looking at that are on the left.
So Maki Kawamura is on the left, and she's the current president of the Goi Peace Foundation. May peace prevail on earth. And she's the granddaughter Masahisa Goi, of the founder of the Goi Peace Foundation. And our little Mickey, who I love to pieces, is the great-granddaughter Masahisa Goi, and she plays the voice of Yumi, and Maki plays the voice of Obashan, the grandmother. And they are we're all together in love and peace to bring these communities around the world and really spread love and peace and kindness.
Okay, here we go. It's a beautiful video.
Prevail on earth.
Thank you, and a shout out to Hubcast for making this live stream possible. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yay! Enjoy.
Blossoms bloom so soft, so light, underneath the sky so bright. Cherry trees, they start to grow, seeds of peace begin to show. In the window, whisper calls, hand in hand we stand for all. Every flower tells a tale, together we will never fail. Springing into peace, oh can't you see? Like the blossoms of our cherry tree, growing love from seeds we sow, connecting hearts with each piece. Oh, we are one and each unique in our garden of peace. Petals fall, but they return. Every season a chance to learn. Our differences, like colors bright, they weave a tapestry of light. We dance with hope, we sing as one great family of earth and sun. With every step and every voice, together we can make the choice. Springing into peace, oh can't you see? Like the blossoms of our cherry tree, growing love from seeds we sow, connecting hearts with each piece. Oh, we are one and each unique in our garden of peace.
As we travel around this world so wide, the light of respect will be our guide. Listening to our truest nature with purity as our authentic teacher. Let's look within to find true peace, then spread our love and tranquility. We find our balance in the river of life, and in the spirit of harmony we all unite. UNITY.
Yeah. Springing into peace, oh can't you see. Like the blossoms of our cherry tree. Growing love from seeds we sow, connecting hearts with each piece. Whoa, we are one and each unique. In our garden of peace. Like the blossoms of our cherry tree. Growing love from seeds we sow, connecting hearts with each piece. Whoa, we are one and each unique. In our garden of peace.
Imagine children all over the world living in a garden of peace.
May peace prevail on earth. See those life May peace prevail on earth. Garden of peace. May peace prevail on earth. May peace prevail on earth. Garden of peace.
That is. I apologize. I stopped the screen too fast. We got to go back to this beautiful. I apologize.
Well, the last part of it is just a call to action. We would love your support if you can go to Yumi's Universe on YouTube and click the subscribe button. We're trying to get up there so we can get the word out. And really, this is our community, and we collaborate. We want to work together. We want to share the music that you're all creating. And Summer Joy, shout out to you for your Garden of Joy that's coming up soon too. So I'm just really just so grateful to be here.
This is such a. I'm going to leave it up for a moment because that's where everybody get out your phone, and that's where you can use the QR code to definitely join the amazing work you're doing. That is where we all want to live. What you've created, it's heaven on earth. It's the new earth, the ultimate new earth reality that we're wanting to experience. So thank you so much. And I'm going to leave it up for a minute so people can join Yumi's Universe, subscribe to it. Want to make sure that's working. Yeah, it does. It works. So
God,
everybody.
one of the things I would like to say is just to remind us all is that children are not born in violence. Like that's something that's taught. They're not born violent babies. That's what we exposing them to. So can you imagine if we challenged everyone that when a baby is born, that we make sure that Yumi's Universe tools are given to every baby that's born in the world, that this is how we start each baby, welcoming them into the world through Yumi's Universe. And we let this be, the collective peace tools that we make sure every baby gets exposed to. Because I believe that if babies are exposed to Yumi Universe versus babies being exposed to the universe that we've created that is very violent in parts and at times, I really think that that's where we begin to see the changes in the world that we want to see.
Absolutely. In wrapping up this piece, I wanted to just take people to two websites we saw briefly before. Again, let's all join what John and Summer have created. 11 days to prove peace is possible. Please join, put in the declaration, and let's create some fun teams. I'm excited about this. So let's definitely do that. And then a reminder also that you can learn all about the wonderful work that Marty Casey is doing by going to the Ungun Institute. That's unguninstitute.com, where she is healing the world one city at a time. And she's an extraordinary person. We've done entire shows dedicated to Marty. Um, John, Marty, Tess, Summer, thank you so much for being with us today. And stick around because the best is yet to come. We're about to go on an amazing journey with my good friends, Donnie and Heather, coming to us from Maui. And they have something very special planned for us. So now that we've had this whole amazing evening so far, now we can kind of just kick back and see what Donnie and Heather have planned for us. So thank you, everybody, for being with us so far. And it is now my pleasure to bring on camera my good friends, Donnie and Heather, coming to us from Maui, from Walo, one of my favorite places, probably my favorite place on the planet, actually. And these are two of my favorite people. So they are definitely
You
friendly.
introduced us.
I did. I introduced Donnie and Heather, and they've created a lot of magic ever since.
Yes, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
love you, Scott.
Love you too.
Be on your show, and what a beautiful, inspiring show this has been. And tonight we're going to bring to you a little star wisdom. And
go wrong with
I
that.
loved how Daniel was talking about messages from the stars. And so tonight is actually a very powerful time. I know that everyone's been involved in 8-8 Lionsgate. And our spiritual path is the ancient Egyptian or Kemetic path. And so 8-8 was actually kind of brought about, but from
The
a
New
very
Agers.
ancient holy time for the ancient ones, the ancient Egyptians, and that was the heliacal rising of Sirius. And then I know that for Lionsgate, they also talk about Regulus, which is the star in the heart of the constellation of Leo, being very important as part of the Lionsgate and helping us to awaken our hearts. But tonight, we actually have a conjunction. Our sun and the heart and Regulus are conjunct, meaning at the same point in the sky in terms of the degree that they're at. So we're going to bring to you a
Auspicious
little
times.
Kemetic wisdom and inspiration about how the ancients. Yes, it's working. Yay!
Yay!
How the
Doesn't always
ancients kind
happen.
of brought peace and order to their communities, and to these were the principles of ancient Kemetic principles. And so we are
Is
calling
there
this.
somebody running an electric something outside your window?
Let me just close that window.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like
'cause
way
it-
down. Okay.
Unfortunately, it's really coming through. We're hearing it pretty strongly.
Okay. That hopefully, did that make it better?
Yeah, I can slightly hear, but it's not as invasive as it was before.
Right. Out here in the jungle, we also had people without power for the past week. And we just had Hurricane Lala come rip through the big island of Hawaii Island and Maui last Saturday and Sunday. And people have been without power for almost a week. For a week,
Wow.
some people.
Wow.
We were very fortunate. We only lost our power for about 36 hours, but our neighbors literally, like within a mile from us, just got their power back like last night. So if everyone could hold Hawaii, we have another big storm coming through tonight.
Moki.
Yeah, so we could not have done this last week. It was really hairy around here.
True.
So our teaching tonight is called The Lion's Heart. Sacred power in service to peace. And really, isn't that what everyone's talking about? We're at a potent celestial threshold, but the heart of this teaching is profoundly human. Each of us carries gifts, will, courage, and creative power. And the question is not whether we possess power. The question is how we will meet it, tend it, and direct it. So today this evening, we will journey through the wisdom of Kemet, ancient Egypt, and explore Ra, Sekhmet, Heru, Ma'at, and Horemheb. And we will then move from teaching into embodiment through guided meditation and sacred sound.
Before we begin, let's all of us arrive together and be grateful for the community that we are. Be grateful for the souls that have taken the time to share this Zoom call and to really honor each other's divine wisdom, intentions. It's just such an honor for me to be in sacred community like this. Just want to say that first and foremost. So let's feel the surface beneath us. Let's notice the rhythm that we breathe without needing it to change. And allow your shoulders to soften and become aware of the living space around you. Okay. This is not only information to understand with the mind, but it's an invitation to listen with the body and the heart. And we're all welcome to receive what resonates and to let that rest pass gently by. As we enter, carry one question with you. You do not need to answer it yet, but simply just let it travel with you like a golden flame. What will your power serve?
And just place your hand on your heart and take a gentle breath in as you tune into that beautiful flame that dwells within your heart. And let's ground ourselves in our heart, nourishing that flame with your love, your passion, your compassion. And now bring your awareness all the way down to the center of the earth, the crystalline iron core of the earth. And with your next inhale, draw earth energy up, mana, wisdom, from the center of the earth into your heart. And exhale, letting it nourish that heart flame. Now inhaling divine energy in through your crown, calling in all the guidance, the support, the wisdom, the knowledge you require on this, your sacred mission, in through your crown into your heart. And let that nourish that heart flame. And now take 3 nice breaths, inhaling both the earth and cosmic energy into your heart center. And exhaling, allow that heart flame to radiate even brighter, nourishing it with your love, and the wisdom of the earth and the cosmos. Inhale again. And exhale. And one more breath, inhaling here. And exhale. And so we continue. You can release that hand. So as I was sharing tonight and tomorrow, or late tonight, early tomorrow morning, the sun approaches its annual conjunction with Regulus. Regulus is a star at the heart of the constellation of Leo. It's known as the heart of Leo. And this is what the constellation of Leo looks like. So we're talking about this star right here, the heart. That's Regulus. It's also known as the Little King. And then this is the Little King. And in astrology, the sun speaks to the center of vitality, our sun, consciousness, and purpose. And Regulus has long carried royal symbolism. Visibility, courage, leadership, and the tests that accompany influence. So when our sun illuminates the heart of the lion, we are invited to contemplate the nature of sovereignty, But sacred sovereignty is not domination. It is not standing above other people. It is the capacity to stand within ourselves with integrity, to become responsible for the energy, influence, and gifts that move through us. The royal heart is not measured by how much attention it receives. It reveals through what it protects, what it nourishes, and what it is willing to serve.
You know, the annual conjunction becomes exact on or around August 23rd, and the tropical zodiac Regulus is currently located approximately, I think, 0 degrees and 11 minutes of Virgo. So, although Regulus is the heart of the constellation of Leo, it presents tropical zodiac positions and brings the royal heart into Virgo, the sign traditionally associated with discernment, devotion, and service. That distinction matters deeply in a world where the power is often confused with control, like we experience. Power without heart can become force. Vision without balance can become obsession. And passion without listening can burn what it was meant to illuminate. The lion's heart asks us all to join with compassion. It asks us to become strong enough to remain present, clear enough to choose our direction, and humble enough to remain in relationship. Peace is not passivity. Now, peace requires courage, it requires boundaries, and the truth and willingness to remain human in the presence of the intense world that we live in. This is where our question is not how powerful can I become? The deeper question is, what will my power, what will our power as this community serve?
So I want to just give a little overview of the Kemetic arc of sacred power. And we begin with Ra. Ra is the sun, the living solar presence. But is Ra simply the physical sun? The answer is both more intimate and more expansive. The people of Kemet encountered divine reality through living forms of nature. The visible sun was not merely a symbol placed at a distance from the sacred. It was one of the primary ways solar divinity revealed itself through light, heat, rhythm, regeneration, and the daily return of life. So Ra is not merely a ball of fire in the sky, and Ra is not wholly separate from it. The physical sun is a visible expression of a larger solar intelligence and regenerative power. Each dawn reveals a mystery, and each morning the sun rises, reveals a mystery. Light returns, life stirs, and what was hidden becomes visible. Yet solar power is not always gentle. From the eye of Ra comes Sekhmet. Some of you might be aware of the lion-headed goddess or Neter called Sekhmet. Her name was associated with power and might. And the story of Sekhmet is when the world was in chaos and people were not paying attention and honoring the rhythms and cycles of life and the laws of Ma'at, which we will share about. Ra, from his solar eye, sent out Sekhmet in her the lion goddess, and in her fierceness, she kind of went to town, kind of trying to shake everyone up, wake everyone up, and bring people back to order. So she kind of got a little carried away with things, and they had to kind of give her some beer and music and all these things to kind of calm her down and bring her back. So she carries the fierceness of the solar force, the power to protect sacred order, confront what threatens life, burn through disease, restore balance. And her teachings are often misunderstood. Sekhmet was never meant to be suppressed. Her fire was meant to be tended to with care. How many of us are feeling our fire, our rage, our power?
Frustration.
And fire can burn things down, or they can transform things. So tending to our fire with care. So her story is not simply about rage, it's about carrying great power without losing heart.
True that.
When our fire is unconscious, it can consume indiscriminately. When it is rejected, it may erupt from the shadows. And when it is tended with wisdom, and so many people here tend to your fire with so much wisdom, want to honor you all, the fire becomes warmth, protection, courage, healing, and clear boundaries. This is the solar heart. The heart and will, so your heart and your solar plexus, your will, your power, in coherence. Love without will may struggle to act. Will without love may forget what it's acting for. The solar heart joins them together.
From the solar power, we turn towards Haru, or Horus, whose name is often rendered as Horus. Haru carries the mystery of clear sight, rightful direction, and restored sovereignty. The story of Haru is not the story of someone who never experienced wounding, of course. His eye was injured in his struggle with his uncle Set, and through healing and restoration, his sight was returned. This makes the eye of Haru a symbol not of untouched perfection, but of wholeness renewed. Clear sight is the capacity to perceive beyond reaction. When power rises, Haru asks, can we see what is actually here? Can we distinguish intuition from fear, guidance from impulse, and sacred action from the desire to prove ourselves? And then we come to Ma'at, my favorite. Truth, balance, sacred order, justice, and right relations. Ma'at is not simply a rule imposed from the outside. She is the principle through which life remains in harmony. The principle we practice here today with each other. It asks whether our choices create greater coherence or greater fragmentation. It asks whether our words and actions in leadership are aligned with truth, or does Ra give us the light and Sekhmet gives us the force. Haru gives direction, Ma'at gives measure. Together they show us that the power becomes sacred through relationship. No single current stands alone. Fire needs the heart. The vision needs our truth. The leadership needs responsibility, and strength must know what it serves.
Mm-hmm. So ancient Egyptians, before they tried to manifest anything, they'd say, Ma'at before manifestation. And Ma'at is the goddess who has the feather, the ostrich feather.
Balance.
And you might be familiar with her story. At the end of their life, your heart is weighed against Ma'at's feather in the hall of justice. And if it's as light as a feather, if it's pure, if you followed these laws of Ma'at for pureness, for right relations, for right communication, for stewarding the earth, for honoring our ancestors and all of our relations, well, then you go onto the Hall of Reeds.
This is human consciousness from like 6,000 years ago. At a time so far removed. I mean, it's almost 8,000 years ago. It's a time of balance and order when humans were just starting to put the laws of justice into union with being in harmony.
Mm-hmm. So it was to look within your heart first before we act. Are you in right alignment? And then we want to share at Giza, these teachings meet the colossal lion-bodied guardian. It's commonly called the Sphinx. The word Sphinx actually comes through the Greek tradition when the Greeks were colonizing, but the monument's original Old Kingdom name is unknown, so we don't claim certainty about its earliest name, but the new kingdom, however, it was honored as Horim Market, which means Haru or Horus on the horizon.
New kingdom like 3,000 years ago.
Yeah. This name restores an important dimension of meaning. Horim Market is carved. This is the largest monument freestanding in the world. Okay. So Horim Market is carved from the living limestone bedrock, and he has the powerful body of a reclining lion and head of a human sovereign wearing the royal, this whole royal headdress, and gazes towards the east. The lion gives us strength. The human sovereign gives us conscious direction. Let's go. Let you go.
So between the paws of Horim Market stands the red granite dream stela of Thutmose IV, who ruled around 1400 to 1390 BCE. The stela tells us that while still a young prince, Thutmose rested near the monument during the heat of the day, and at that time much of the sacred body lay buried beneath the desert sands. This is one of the oldest relics of human history, the known human history, with the exception of Gotep.
Gotepe.
Yeah, Gotep. At that time, much of the sacred body lay, like I said, buried beneath the desert sands. As the prince slept there, Horim Market appeared to him in a dream, and it promised him kingship if he would clear away the sand and restore the buried form. Thutmose later became king, cleared the monument, and placed the stela, this very large, and this thing's really big, by the way. It's 8 feet tall. Standing before the lion's chest, the stela rests almost like a great stone breastplate. I mean, it's an amazingly monument of history and time. This is our poetic interpretation rather than an ancient title, but the image is powerful, very powerful. It's a covenant between human consciousness and sacred power. The prince was not simply promised a throne. No, he was given responsibility. First, he had to uncover what had been buried. For us all, this is a good metaphor. That is where this ancient story becomes our story. We also accumulate sands of unforgetting inherited beliefs, grief, fear, distraction, and the voices that taught us to diminish our own sacred nature in this lifetime. The inner Horim Market does not need to be manufactured. It needs for all of us to remember. What sacred presence within you is awaiting beneath these sands? What strength, what truth or gift is ready to see the horizon once again?
And with that, we're going to move to our
Sound healing.
goals and into our little sacred journey now.
That was, first of all, thank you so much. It's amazing the history that you guys have. And I should let everybody know that Donnie and Heather lead retreats to Egypt. And I know that I definitely intend to join you guys one of these times. So just while we're in the Egypt vibe, when is your next trip to Egypt?
It's spring equinox.
In between the pause of the saints.
2027. So it starts March 19th, and on the 20th it's the equinox. And
For sunrise.
we are between the pause of the Sphinx for sunrise, and the next night is the full moon in Libra, and we're 2 hours in the King's Chamber leading a ceremony. And it's also over Easter this year, so next year. So Easter, we're actually in the Valley of the Kings, and we're at the sacred shrine for Ma'at, and we also have a private ceremony at the Temple of Isis, Aset. If you click on that, click on that.
So I just invite all of us, let's take a minute and visualize many of us being together with Donnie and Heather for next Easter in Egypt. I've been wanting to go with them for years, and let's just hold that vision. Let's all hold the vision that many global peace tribers are with Donnie and Heather in Egypt for next Easter. I love that idea.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you, Scott. So,
Absolutely.
you ready for the next part?
Yes, absolutely.
We're going to take you on a little journey to really embody this practice with a sacred hakao. And so in Kemetic tradition, the hakao is like a chant.
At the
So
very
at the
end of
very
this.
end, we'll take you through a chant using Kemetic language and for activation of our sacred power and illumination.
And I just want to say, Heather and I do Kemetic yoga practically every morning, just because, it's called Tejef Sima Pa'ut Netaru, which means moving in divine union in the company of the gods and goddesses. So it's a practice of really, embodying the energies of what's all over the temples. It's very, very powerful. Let me switch this audio, and let's check out Heather's.
All right. You there yet? Hello, can you guys hear me?
You sound great, Heather. You're all good.
Okay, fantastic.
Check 1, 2. I sound okay?
Yeah, you're a little bit
Hopefully.
louder than Heather. You're about,
Okay, I'll turn it down. How's that?
yeah, that's better.
Yeah, good.
All right. So we invite you now to move from listening into direct experience. And if it feels comfortable, allow your eyes to close. You may also soften your gaze or keep your eyes open. Adjust your position in any way your body needs. You are always free to move, pause, or simply listen. Feel the support beneath you. Notice the contact of your body with the earth. Let your breath arrive without force. Imagine that beneath you is the ancient limestone of the Giza Plateau, warm from centuries of the sun. Feel the strength of the lion's body, grounded, steady, and at rest. There's no need to perform, no need to prove. Let your weight be received by the earth. And with each exhale, allow the muscles around your belly, heart, and shoulders to soften. Feel strength becoming present. Before you, the eastern horizon is still dark. A thin line of gold begins to appear where the earth meets the sky. The first light of Ra touches the horizon. It does not rush. It simply reveals. And with your next inhale, receive that golden light through the crown of your head. Let it travel gently down the center of your body, illuminating your throat, heart, solar plexus, and belly. If you feel, bring one hand to your heart and one hand to your solar plexus. within your solar center, sense the presence of Sekhmet as a small, steady flame. This is not the fire of destruction. It is the fire of vitality, truth, protection, and courage. You do not need to make the flame larger, but tend it with care. Let it become clear, warm, and coherent with the rhythm of your heart. And silently offer, may my power remain rooted in love. May my power be rooted in love. Now bring awareness to the space behind your eyes. Imagine the clear sight of Haru awakening within you. Not the strained sight of searching for an answer, but the quiet sight that recognizes what is true. Allow now one situation in your life to come gently to mind. Perhaps something that is asking for clarity or right direction. Without solving it, ask, what becomes visible when I look through the eyes of the heart? What becomes visible when I look through the eyes of the heart? Now imagine yourself standing before Horam Marquette. See his giant paws resting upon the earth. Feel the lion's quiet strength. Sense the ancient gaze turn toward the light. Become aware of the sands that have gathered around something sacred within you. Perhaps they are the sands of doubt, old identities, grief, fear, obligation, or forgetting. There's no need to clear everything today. Simply notice one small place where the sand is ready to move. And ask inwardly, what within me is waiting to be remembered? Imagine a gentle wind moving across the plateau. It does not struggle with the sand. Grain by grain, it reveals what has always been present. Beneath the sand, recognize your own sacred strength. Not power over another, but the power to remain present, to speak truthfully, to choose consciously, and to serve life. Bring your guiding question to the center of your heart. What will my power serve? And sense the feather of Ma'at resting lightly within your heart. Feel the truth without harshness. Balance without rigidity. Order without control. Allow your inner fire, your clear sight, and your heart to come into right relationship. And silently offer, may my power serve truth. May my strength protect life. May my presence become an instrument of peace. Begin to feel the room around you again. Notice the air on your skin and the support beneath your body. Deepening your breath gently. Perhaps moving your fingers and toes. And if your eyes are closed, perhaps allow them to open when you are ready. Carry the horizon with you. The light you encountered does not disappear when the meditation ends. Take one final breath into the lion's heart. Receive whatever came. And if what came was simply a moment of stillness, that's fine. There's nothing to force, nothing to analyze right now. We will seal this journey with sacred sound. So we are going to share this chant with you, and we hope you are able to chant along in your own way. It is Sa Sekem Sahu. And so Sa Sekem Sahu. Sa means to gather, to protect. So when we chant Sa, I want you to place maybe your hands on your heart and envision a beautiful golden ball of light underneath your hands. Sa. Then we'll move to Sekem with one hand on your heart, the other on your solar plexus, awakening the center of power, connecting your power, your will with your heart, your love. And then Sahu, we're going to open into our arms, opening, palms face up, sharing our light, opening to luminous presence. Right. So we are going to do 7 rounds of this today. And I invite you to start with your hands on your heart and center yourself. Take a breath. releasing the words and listening to the vibration that remains. Silence. After the sound is also part of the Hakao. Hotep. Do a aset. Do a ma'at. Do a haru. With that, we're going to come back and sit with you. I'd love to see what emerged from you. Maybe you can type into the chat if there was a word or some inspiration that came to you.
Hotep is the Egyptian word for peace.
While you guys are coming forward, give some moments for people to pop in the chat box. You guys, you know, I've known you a long time. I've experienced a lot of your experiences, and you're at a whole new level. This is like, you guys nailed it. Such exquisite. The combination of the journey you took us on, Donnie, your music was so amazing. And of course, Heather, with your beautiful voice and your beautiful guidance. You two, you're amazing. Comments beginning to come in. Christy Michaels, you know Christy.
Of course.
You know, Christy.
Yeah, of course you know Christy. She writes, so beautiful. The ideas wrapped in music, a demonstration of Homo Illuminati. It's a good way connecting Christy to what we were talking about a little earlier in the show. Carol said what came for her was peace. Another user says, what a gift. Bonnie Russell says, thank you for that meditation. Wow. Tiara writes, very powerful, connecting time and space. For me, I brought kind of a challenge in my life, and I don't want to talk about what I saw, but what I saw was very useful. So thank you for that. Definitely had a very, very positive vision for it. Give time a little more. Ayada writes, deep relaxation in my body. I could not stop yawning, which I know is a sign my body is relaxing.
It's working.
It's working. You can find all things Donnie and Heather on their website. We spent a little bit of time there. The website is blackswantemple.org. blackswantemple.org. And any of you that are considering going to Maui, I strongly encourage you to check in with Donnie and Heather. Go there at a time that they've got space in their beautiful retreat space. They do private retreats for people. I've had the good fortune to stay there to experience their magic. As you see, obviously they do incredible sound healing work. And so you can, learn kind of more about them going there. You can also join the Black Swan Temple. And tell us what's happening with the Mystery School right now.
Yeah, so we do ongoing, monthly, we have a free new moon ceremony online, new moon sound and light ceremony, and then kind of like this with the teaching and then a guided journey. And then on the full moons, we're doing Kemetic yoga with Hakao, with the chanting and teaching around the full moons. And then we are going to be launching a course in the fall. So you should be, if you're on our email list, you'll get notice of our next course coming up. And as I said, we'll have our Egyptian pilgrimage, if you look through our retreats, coming up in the spring, and we only have 7 spots left for that. So,
oh, wow. Well, we better get going, kids.
Yeah, if you want to come,
we better get going on that. I want to read some more comments that have come in. Levi wrote, Nefertum Lotus Bloom. I feel an ancient remembering through this mantra. Karen S. says, this was very peaceful for me as well. Shoshana writes, you are bringing through a lineage so ancient, so powerfully, and the chalice is overflowing through your field to all of us. Thank you. Beautifully written, Shoshana. Our good buddy Scotty Satori, you know Scotty, he writes, I was fortunate to be there live with Heather and Donnie for these experiences. So,
Yeah,
Scotty,
Scotty was at our last Reiki retreat, and we actually do have another one coming over this fall equinox. So, if anyone, we have a couple spots still open for a Reiki initiation, and then we're going to move into kind of Egyptian Reiki after this one. So this one,
wow, what's the difference between Egyptian Reiki and the Reiki we all know?
well, it's this energy of Sekhem, fierce compassion, healing energy, that solar heart. Yeah, so just working with Sekhmet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Susan Woolridge writes, I saw beams of light, inner and outer, and inner gold dust healing, glimmering light. Wow. Summer Joy Raymer, who you saw earlier on the show, writes quite a bit. She writes, thank you for this experience with you all, grounding so much magic embodied. I felt a lion spirit with me, clearing fear and around my body, and reminding me of my rainbow flame of joy. I'm here to share for children and a more joyful unity future on Earth, including other life on other planets too. I could see a cosmic nightlight around me floating near Sirius in the sky, floating over Egypt. Medicine. Wow, she had quite the
Good.
experience. Deborah Eagle writes, lovely as ever and amazing how deep we go in such a short time. Mahalo. And Scotty added, just love, love, love you all. And we love you too, Scotty.
Thank you guys
Scotty's
all
a great
so much.
musician.
Yeah, it's great to see some people thank you for connecting us, Deborah Eagle and some other people on this. So it's beautiful
Yeah,
to
well,
see you
we're
here.
all one big family finding each other. We're
Oh,
we're the
outstanding.
imaginal souls creating the new paradigm, right? That's what we
Exactly.
are. So thank you both so much. Thanks for hanging in there. I know that it was a little bit later than we originally planned, but I hope you thoroughly enjoyed all of the earlier presentations and parts of the show. And stick around because we've got two more pieces left. We're going to go to prayer time with Diara, and then Fanny and Vigari are going to close us out with some beautiful music. But it's my pleasure to turn it over to Diara.
Just so beautiful being sandwiched in this mystical, magical, musical medicine and continuing this beautiful vibration, this journey through space and time that we've just been on together. And those of us, all of us who are of service, all the service work we heard about, all the brave souls stepping out, the boots on the ground, the reaching high into the sky to realize those ideals. With the speaking of Regulus, having the courage in our hearts to face the truths that are difficult to face, to feel what comes up when we see the less than peace, the less than perfection, the less than what our passion desires, and then to allow space for the healing of that, and surrounding all the brave souls here of service. And in that journey we were just on, we know that many times our service takes us away from those that we love, that we have to have the courage to make choices at times. And we also know that we can send our love out through the ethers to all directions of time and space. And so using the power of this beautiful prayer, this beautiful healing space, sending that love out to each other in this room, outside this room, across the universe, into the galaxies, deep into the earth, deep inside all the planets, activating those ancient memories and connecting them with the time of now. And we can feel this expansion And within that, we grab that beautiful medicine and magic and bring it deep into our own bodies, into our own souls, healing those spaces and places, especially those of which we're not yet even aware, requiring this beautiful balm, this elixir of love and life. And for any of us experiencing physical challenges, we take this medicine and this magic and we bring that in to fill those spaces, bringing us back to wholeness, back into attunement. And we again send that out to all those that we know who are experiencing challenges, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. And we pray for divine intervention here on earth at this time to step into those dark places, those places where light is just waiting to shine the truth of love. And we pray that any interference that is blocking, thwarting, preventing peace, we pray that those be transformed, those be removed. And as we speak these words, we call in our divine angels, we call in more of our galactic brothers and sisters, we call in more of those deep earth beings. And again, we ask for healing in our bodies because we've been tasked with the ability to hold it all, to see it all, and yet to keep our hearts full of love and light, to buoy our strength, to support each other in those times where we may seem to lose faith, seem to lose hope. And just taking a breath in, feeling our beautiful Illuminati bodies with that love and light, using all the scalar waves, the rainbow waves, the light that we cannot see, the colors that our eyes cannot yet perceive, and bringing that in physically into our bodies. Like the dust of gold. And as we get ready to shift into this last part of our beautiful program with more mystical, magical music and mantras, we give great thanks to Scott, to all our presenters again, to Omashar in England, to all our beloveds near and far. And blessed be, and so it is.
Mhm. Thank you, Deara. I'm going to go to gallery view and let's have a minute of silence to whatever's in your heart to pray for. And that can be yourself or what's alive for you, locally, globally, personally, whatever's alive for you. Maximum grace for our planet, beautiful, beloved Mother Earth, maximum grace for all of her creatures, great and small, maximum grace for our global peace tribe and all of our fellow imaginal souls that are out there, some of whom we've met, some of whom we haven't met yet. Maximum grace for us all. I always like to let people know what's coming up, and we've got 2 wonderful shows scheduled. On Wednesday night, um, it's going to be another combination of some really wonderful souls. Fanny and Vigari will be back providing our musical offerings. And we're going to meet 2 new friends, Isa LaMarie and Kian Javan, both very magical, mystical women. And to balance out the magical, mystical, we've got beloved John Martin coming back, who's going to be bringing a new video of his latest connection with our galactic star family. And speaking of galactic star family, we have a beautiful pre-recorded video that's extraordinary with Elizabeth April, who did a remarkable channeling and a message from the Pleiadians for us. So that's going to be on Wednesday night. And then a week from tonight, Reverend Jeffrey, I don't know if he's still in the Zoom room or not, but Reverend Jeffrey and Diara have been busy at work, and they've created a wonderful show. I want to acknowledge both of you for creating it. Inside Out, Conscious Education for Our Awakening World. And they've got amazing presenters. Marshall Lefferts will be back, Andrew Friedman, who's extraordinary, of course, Lee Kempter, who's going to help co-host, and a great musical artist, Gina Sala, who's she was on the show a long time ago, and she's really, really, really good. And a couple of new friends, Annie and Gabby. So that's going to be, by the way, it's Saturday, August 29th. I apologize that it says Wednesday. Saturday, August 29th, a week from today. I need to fix that poster. All right. Thank you again, Diara. And to close us out, our beloved friends, the Mystics, 1111, Mystic Star and Vigari. Take it away.
Let the river flow. Inspired by Alberto Villoldo. Rise up from the earth and flow to the sea, effortlessly, gracefully, moving around obstacles, reminding you a sense of being free. Allow nature to run its show as you are called to let go and flow. Let your inner river flow. Let your nature run the show. Like being within the music, flowing gracefully, effortlessly. You are called to be like a river and rise up to your destiny. Let nature run the show. Let nature run the show. Let time is a gift. Rise up, rise up, rise to eternity. Let the rhythm of your heart flow. Let the rhythm of your heart flow.
What a perfect way to end a really beautiful show. Thank you, Fanny and Vigar. They will be right back on Wednesday night with us. But a reminder again, you can find them at starchild.ca. And let's just take the beautiful energy of Donnie and Heather's incredible journey, and all the love that we felt from Tess and Marty and John and Summer and Lori Grace and Danny Sheehan, Giara, each and every one of you, and all of you that are still with us. So thank you. I look forward to hopefully seeing you on Wednesday night. Have a beautiful rest of the weekend. Tomorrow is Sunday. Let's make it a sacred Sunday by seeing the divine in all. Good night, everybody.
Thank you, Scott. Good night, everyone. Enjoy your afternoon.
Thank you.